it's Jenna back again with another episode of Tips Under 10. Today I'm going to be digging into something that I use every single day, I'm not kidding, and a lot of you guys might use but haven't really gotten a lot of information or education on, and that is Canva. Now there are other apps out there like Adobe Spark and other ones, even Photoshop and Illustrator that people can create graphics on. But I found as a non-graphic designer that Canva has been one of the best things I've ever discovered while being an online business owner and entrepreneur. So I'm going to be heading over to my laptop. I'm going to be showing you guys the different parts of Canva, what you can make with it, how to edit, as well as how to organize all your files, which is actually a lot of stuff you can do. So let's head over to the laptop and we can get started. Hey guys, just wanted to show you guys my Canva real quick. I'm going to run through a lot of things quickly because we only have 10 minutes. Wanted to show you quickly some of the things that you're able to do on Canva. I'm not going to be able to go through all of them, but I'm going to mention some of the things you can create. Obviously Instagram posts, Instagram stories, Facebook event covers, so I do a lot of my Eventbrite through that as well. If you're doing any YouTube videos, you can create YouTube thumbnails. I actually have a list of things that I use, so I'm going to quickly run through them. I actually created all of my business cards on Canva, so you can have, if you just type in business cards, you can find them. And what I do is I actually am able to print those at Office Depot or Office Max, and that's really easy for me. I can pick them up like next day. It's awesome. I create all of my presentations for my workshops in Canva, so if you type in presentations, there's a bunch of awesome new templates that have come out recently. And then you can either present them through Canva or download them to PowerPoint or Keynote. Website graphics, so this is where I put all the graphics on the website. Flyers and posters, if you have a brick and mortar, it's a great place to do that. Podcast graphics, this is where you can see, I actually do all my podcast graphics here. I also do all of my Pinterest pins, so if you scroll over, you'll be able to find those. Infographics, that kind of thing. Facebook ads as well, so if you want to create a great ad. They also have video, you can see right here. That's a new feature, so if you want to make videos, and you can also do your resume on Canva. So I just wanted to share with you quickly some of the things you can do on Canva before we even get started and the layout. But you'll see on the homepage, you can look for designs, you can find your designs. There's templates here as well, photos that you've uploaded or photos that they have. Canva actually spent a lot of money to buy a lot of stock photos. And so one of the things a lot of people ask me is, should I do the pro or should I do the free account? Highly recommend doing the pro if you use it a lot. You get free stock photos, unlimited. They actually recently got rid of the plan where you pay $1. Like literally every stock photo is free on the pro account. Then if you go down to brand kit, which I'll show you, it actually can have all of your logos stored. So this is just on the pro account. I pay I think $11, $12 a month. And then you can see that if I scroll down, you also have the brand colors. So this is the ones that I use for all of my designs. And then I can also upload custom fonts, which is super valuable to me. I'm really into my own fonts that I use. So I'm going to quickly go through folders. So one thing I do with Twin Cities Collective is I have a TCC folder. And this actually is where I organize stuff for any of our workshops, the podcast, that kind of stuff. I create folders within folders, so you can see I even have it organized. I have uploaded stuff if I've been on a podcast, headshots of all the podcast guests, that kind of thing. I really, really sort it into be able to quickly find all of what I'm looking for, and you'll see that kind of pops up over here. But if you're kind of just getting started, you can either click this button here that says create a design, and it'll just be the options. Otherwise, I usually start with an Instagram post. That's the one I use the most often for my blog, for Instagram. And then I'll quickly run through with you guys over this side what you can do on the actual design part. So you can see whatever one you've decided to choose, there are templates. There's a lot to choose from. Otherwise, you could just start designing the blank one. Also, to note for the pro as well, you can actually resize it to whatever you want, and that is part of the pro plan. So you can make it an Instagram story instead of an Instagram post, and it automatically tells you what size it is. So that's pretty cool. So if you were to pick, let's say this for example, this is a great template. It's got kind of a textured background. But one thing you can do is you can change out the background. This is the color. So for me, I would probably find one of my colors in my brand colors. So I try to have that ready to go. So all of the colors that aren't part of my brand, I change those. I can also change the font to be one of my brand fonts. So if you go over to here and click on this is one of my brand fonts, you'll see, and then obviously I make it bigger so you can read it, and then I change the color to one of my brand colors. Obviously you change the words as well, and then over here, if you want to change out the photo, you can either go to your uploads or one of your folders to upload your own photos, or you can search in their huge library of stock photos. You can see your most recently used photos. You can also see just some really awesome photos. Say you wanted to do something about the coronavirus, you can bring that over, and then you can do some awesome things with that. One thing I also wanted to show you guys, say that you find a photo like this. I don't know, I'm just using this as an example, but you don't want the pink background. What you can do is you can actually go in and click background remover, and this is something that you can have for any photo that has like a picture of a person or something, and it actually removes the background. This is actually one of their newer features, and I'm obsessed with it. So it's really awesome. It takes a bit of time to do, and sometimes you have to click on it twice to actually make it work. So we'll click on it, and you can see now that you can put whatever background you want of this photo. So that's really cool. You can also add a new page, so if you want multiple photos to download, you can duplicate it, copy page. You can obviously move things around, make it bigger, that kind of thing. There's just a lot of different options up here. You guys will have to figure that out. You can also add elements like I use a lot of little icons for social media. I also use grids or frames, which are things where you can pop them into the photo. Like for example, you can make a before and after, and then just pop the photo in and it automatically resizes it to this. So there's a lot of really cool things you can do. I add a lot of shapes to kind of do the background. So you can see there's like a shape behind this. This is like a piece of paper. There's a lot of different things you can do with elements. You can also add additional text. You can add, they have some like font layouts and font combos, but you can also add text that is like your brand font. So that's pretty cool. They've recently added music and videos to Canva as an option, so you can look at that. You can also change the background sort of gradient or texture or pattern, which is pretty cool. And then over here is obviously your folders. I kind of mentioned those. One thing I wanted to mention is if you go over here and click download, you can download it either as a PNG or a JPEG. PNG I would recommend for social. JPEG I'd recommend for your website because it's a smaller file size, which speeds up the website. You can also do video, GIF, whatever, and then animation. So you can do a lot of stuff on Canva. I recommend using the desktop version instead of the app. I just find it's a lot easier to use. And then also I wanted to recommend that you don't add too much text to any photos. I know they have a lot of templates on here, but one of the things I've noticed is if I put text on top of a photo, it doesn't do very well on social, especially Instagram. So for me, you can see right here, this is the template I use for my quotes that I put on my Instagram is I have a solid color backdrop, and then I have my custom font that I've uploaded, and that is my post. You can see there's a lot of text over here, like you can't read that very well on Instagram, so I usually prefer to have just text. So that's just a quick run through. I only had 10 minutes and there is a lot to go over on Canva. Let me know if there's anything you want me to go over further because there is so much on here. There are not that many Canva resources like a group or anything, but you can definitely find some stuff on Pinterest if you need help too. So hope this was helpful, and I'll talk to you guys soon.